apologize for that. Alright, we are going to be sending out invites. Just give me a quick second. Right, there we go. Invites have been sent. We were just waiting on the players to finally join the lobby. Just to make sure I got my title right. I did. We're chilling. I believe we do have Pack Smokers on the attack on a clubhouse. Let's swap that around. To have 2 minutes till official game time. So we are big chillin'. Alright, we're gonna get these guys to swap teams. Can I get you guys to swap teams since Pack Smokers is on the attack? Hello? Okay, guess not. That's fine, I'll just swap around the settings so that orange starts on attack. That's fine. Right, we are just waiting on the remainder of the players to join. It does appear that most of the Pack Smokers roster is here. We are waiting on the Grim Reality roster to finally show up. I really do hope that the entire Grim Reality roster shows up so we don't have to sit here for 15 minutes before we call it off, but we'll see. We are going to confirm with the Grim Reality. Yeah, they do say they are showing up, so I do apologize about the wait, but not much I can do to control it. Now the entire Pack Smokers roster is here, we're just waiting on the remaining 4 from Grim Reality. There we go. Finally, it seems that the Grim Reality roster is deciding to join us tonight. It does appear that we are waiting on the final Grim Reality member to join. Shouldn't be too terribly long. Alright, we do have a little bit of a roster issue showing up, but that should be resolved shortly.
Attackers need to locate and defuse as many bombs as they can. Attackers have located a bomb. 10 seconds to insertion. 5 seconds left before insertion. Attacker's objective is to defuse a bomb. Jammer ready. Loading new mag.
Alright, I do apologize. I was muted as I was talking to a family member, but Sharpie taking the first little bit of HP in this first round, taking about half his HP, as he does return upstairs to get that HP boost from the Thunderbird. But as I was saying, the head holes across the cache wall here, a bit surprising. Normally you have a bit on the left, a bit on the right, but they seem to want to do it all the way across, as Pack Smokers do seem to be going to get this breach open as soon as they can. With Nova on the Jaeger, seeming to want to do a little bit of an early roam here, as he's just chilling down in secret.
Drone up.
Getting droned out by Astro, but Astro misdrones him. That could be a serious turn of events there. As the first kill does come out, ProneStars does take out armor on the Finka. Raw Nova takes out Astro. Then Ella finally fires back from something from the side of Pack Smokers and takes out ProneStars. Smoke off site, but now the CC breach is open, and Ducky takes out the mute of Chrononos. And down goes Sharpie as well. It's now a 2v3. Map control being taken by Pack Smokers, as Nova is just now returning to site through a barricaded off construction, as Ella is just pushing up the red stairs, but Nova takes out Ella instantly. It's now a 2v2. Both of the attackers on the breach. Now just one, as Bloody does take out Ducky, and it is now Chabuse left in a 1v2. He does know that Nova is there. Nova does take him out quite easily. A roller coaster of a round there, as Grim Reality does take the first round. Going into our second defense here, we do have a Church Arsenal hold, seeming the standard site rotation, as a Thunderbird is brought by Sharpie yet again, but this time, instead of any sort of anti-hard routes, we do have the Valkyrie being brought. Flores being brought by the Armor instead of the Finka, and Astro 6-picking from the Iona to the Jackal, seemingly want to shut down any sort of roam presence that Grim Reality could have on the field.
Attackers need to locate and defuse bombs.
Would be interesting to see a Smoke holding blue, as you do normally see a Jaeger holding blue instead. Hatches being reinforced as the site is being droned. Armor getting his drone really deep in Church here. If he positions it correctly, that could be a really influential drone coming later in the round.
10 seconds.
These rotates are a little bit interesting here, rather than just a vault rotate in the middle of the wall here. They vow for could be either a standing or a crouch rotate there. Does look like it's able to be stood through.
Attacker's objective is to defuse a bomb.
As reinforcements are going down late round. Still 4 left to be put down as we finally move into the attacking phase. Astro deciding to go for a stock push here with the drone in lounge. Trying to see if he can't get an early pick. But he decides to go up and go through construction instead. Never mind, he does seem to want to go upstairs, but Ella does rotate to him to open up the construction wall. Nova really close by, just now being droned out, as Ela does go for the entry on the LMG, but gets shut down by Nova for the second round in a row. Nova getting droned out by three people at once, and no action yet to come of it. That's Nova himself taking down three drones, excuse me, and what might soon to be 2 other people, with Astro taking about 25% of his HP, but Astro finally fires back and takes down Nova. But Astro very low himself, under that 25 marker. He does have to hope he can get one of those Thunderbirds, or healed by some alternate means. Armor opening up some vertical play here, but Valkyrie doesn't seem to notice. This could be quite detrimental here if he doesn't pay attention. He does go for the pre-play C4. Be interesting to see if that does get somebody. Armor in the area, but not in right position for the Nitro to have effect, at least yet. As it does seem that it is Sharpie Sniffer on the Thunderbird, who is holding blue rather than the smoke of Prone Stars. As hatches are now getting open, Moto at least, and there's that pre-placed Nitro Cell taking out Chabuse, now in a 4v3. As Fraun does go to push up, and they don't know, Pax Smokers doesn't know, but he whiffs his shots. A swing comes out, and he takes down Ducky. No help coming out as he does take down Armor on the floors. That's a triple kill for him. It's all left on Astro in a 1v4, and he's less than 25 HP. As he is seemingly lurking around the lounge area. As Fraud is all the way outside on construction site, seemingly trying to bait Astro into pushing him, as Astro does seem to be around lounge secret area, not wanting to push anybody, as Fraun does try to take the engagement, and he shuts him down. That's Fraun for a quad kill, locking in that round for Grim Reality. Alright, we do seem to be going through the very standard site rotation as we are going upstairs to a gym bedroom site. That Thunderbird still being brought by Sharpie Sniffer, although it did not seem to have any effect on that last round, besides, I mean, maybe healing up a couple members of the defense, but besides that, there wasn't any significant gain there. As Asher does bring the Iona rather than the Jackal, seems to be a little bit more comfortable on that role. Interesting thing to notice is that there's no mute being brought to accompany the Castle of Bloody. Now, they do have the Mozzie, of course, but the Mozzie can only temporarily shut off 3 avenues for drones, whereas a mute could permanently, or at least less temporarily, shut down 4 avenues, as well as other utility than just drones. As it does seem to be some sort of a default cache hold here in order to stop any advance coming through the CCTV area. As Jacuzzi Breach is yet to be reinforced, with 3 reinforcements still on the board. It does seem that's been left up to Nova and Bloody to get any sort of site reinforcements done here, as Nova is just now going for the breach, with Sharpie Sniffer down in the hallway pool table strip side, as it does seem the attackers want to go for a security side take. Chabuse droning out that lower garage and making sure the lounge is clear as well, as we see a pattern emerging here. It does seem that Ela on that Zofia does seem to be the primary entry here. Now, it's only netted them 1 kill, as he just now is swapped off to the assault rifle from that LMG. As Astro just already has Rafters control, as they do push in. And that walls being opened, construction being opened, as Fraun does seem to look to make some sort of effect here. But the closest attacker is Ducky on the roof, waiting for the swing, and he hits his shot, taking down Fraun, as Grim Reality is now a 4v5. As Ella takes down Prone Stars, it's now a 3v5. As the attackers are in a perfect position here, but Nova takes down Ducky. What sounded like probably a one-shot there. But Ella rings back with that kill onto Sharpie Sniffer. It's now Nova and Bloody in a 2v4 to secure this third consecutive round for them. As they do seem to have given up control of cash. As last-minute rotates are being made into logistics, as Ella anticipating that play and waiting for a swing via these defender-made feet holes, and it does look like he's gonna get it. Raw does he know? I don't think he does. As Ella does pull off the angle, but Astro is holding it, and Nova sees him, and he downs and takes out Astro. Now in a 2v3, this is very winnable, especially if Nova picks up one of those Thunderbirds. And there it is, he's almost back at full HP now, as Ella goes for the swing, and hits his shots. That's Nova down, and now it's just Bloody in a 1v3, excuse me, a 1v2 now, as he takes his shots at Armor, missing his bullets, as he tries to run away, but is flashed, and taken down by Armor on that DMR to finally get Pack Smokers a round win. Now with a score line of 2-1, as both Sharpie Sniffer and Shabuse have yet to get a frag in this game. Be interesting to see if they swap it up a little bit to guarantee they get them. Franz swapping over to the Echo. That could be a potential 6-pick here as we're going to CCTV rather than an Armory hold with the Echo, which you would normally see. No 6-picks coming out, although the Echo on Fran hasn't been confirmed, but he doesn't have time, as Armor does seem to be sticking with that Flores pick, seeming to prefer the DMR over the AR-33.
Attackers need to
As
locate
we are
and
finally
defuse
back
as many
to
bombs
the
as they
security
can.
cache defense. Now this is interesting to note, is that Nova barricading that off rather than keeping it open to allow a late roam back to site. But then, as I noted previously when we were on this site last, they seem to prefer to open the holes all the way across, rather than just on the left and right side. And don't sweat it, confusion's okay, it's understandable considering that the team captain for Grim Reality himself wasn't at home at the time, so it is understandable. Although we do have something new here. It does seem that the smoke of Prone Stars is going to want to play on red as he's opening these smoke holes on the reinforcements, or on to the left of the reinforced wall. And this does seem to be a very similar push as to last time, a stock take with an up red and a breach play off of it from the attackers. As drones are coming out, Ducky looking to see if he can't get any kill or any feet. He does spot the feet of Prone Stars, but his reaction time is a little off. To be fair, he had a very small window to work with. As Prone Star is seemingly unaware, just chilling on red. As Ella has yet to make a move, as he has been the primary entry for Pack Smokers so far. As he does decide to make his move, and he will meet Prone Stars in there, but Prone knows, and he takes his shots, and down goes Ella. That's an influential first frag for them there, as Nova does take a little bit of damage, and Astro does take out Nova for that trade. Shots and pings are coming out, and Astro does take down Prone Stars. That's a lot of late round utility that is lost with Prone on the smoke going down. And down goes Bloody by Ducky, and now the defenders yet again are left in 2v4. Fran peeking some unnecessary angles, as he doesn't even have his yokai drones on the ceiling yet. This Armor seemingly gonna try and make a play here. Flashbangs from him coming out. Don't believe they do ring true, as Fran is just made aware of his position, as Sharpie is stuck in rafters. Flores drones coming out to push him, and down goes Chabuse. They are now in a very winnable situation. But Astro coming for the pinch. Does Sharpie? No, I don't believe he does, but he does! And he takes it out with Fran getting a kill on a Ducky. They're now in a very winnable 2v1. It is just now Armor on the DMR running Flores, who does get shot down by Fran. A round that should not have been won by the defenders is somehow salvaged in order for them to have a scoreline of 3-1. Now, we are going back down to a church arsenal, and one thing I do notice is that Prone is dying very early for someone who's a smoke player, and he's dying decently far off site for what a smoke should be playing. Now, don't get me wrong, those aren't the rules written in stone, just simply you would expect the smoke to stay around for that late round utility. That's entirely his purpose as that area denial, but we've yet to see it be any sort of effective at all.
Attackers need to locate and defuse bombs.
We do seem to have a very similar blue setup here, but I'll be interested to see if anybody besides Sharpie does play on it, as I would expect a Jaeger or even the smoke of Prone Stars to take care of that.
10 seconds to
But a big thing to mention is that Fran, he is on that bandit and he's banditing the hatch. This cannot be real. Rather than the Valkyrie that got him a pre-placed Nitro Cell kill. I'm not quite sure what he expects these bandit batteries to do, besides be a waste of utility unless he's just trying to find something to use them for, as Prone Stars has unfortunately become disconnected. But due to league rules, as the round is already in motion, the round must be carried out. As Astro seeming to want to go for maybe a stock take again. Might run into Fran, but Fran does seem to have moved down to the lounge secret area. Pre-firing a window, but no dice from him. As Astro doing some extensive droning, does see him. And a pinch does seem to be in order here. Ella on the Zove, doing a massive amount of damage to Fran there, as Astro is a little too slow in order to catch that pinch. That is exactly what the Thunderbird is for, picking up those heals. As Chibuse does seem to be pushing by himself in through the pool table and strip club in an attempt to get something done. As I'm very sure that Armor here is as confused as we are seeing the bandit batteries when he does finally notice, but he does seem to be more focused on the defenders. But Chibuse does take down Fran, and Prone Stars has decided to bless us with his presence once more, as the defenders are in a 3v5 with Moto Hatch being open, but nothing being done about Kitchen Hatch. Interesting to see if Chibuse actually does wish to do that. They do seem to be as confused as we are with the bandit batteries on the hatches, as Kitchen Hatch is being open now. As Astro does make his move, and Armor takes down Nova on the Jaeger. The Ayana clone droning in, essentially. Ella, who does seem to be entering off of it, but he gets shut down by Bloody, but Chibuse fires back, taking down Sharpie, and it's just Bloody in a 1v4, as he hopes to pick off Astro before he gets taken out himself. They do trade shots, none taking any damage, as Ducky is putting the case down in church, and Astro takes down Bloody, bringing us to almost what could be an even split scoreline. Currently at 3-2. The defenders do have to win the next round in order to hold any sort of round advantage. Now, we are going back to a church arsenal, and it does seem that we have possibly a 6-pick Vigil pick coming out from Nova. But Fran still going on the bandit. I'm confused what he brought it for. But there is that 6-pick. Be interesting to see who he swaps to. The Vigil, as I suspected, that Vigil 6-pick. He does want to see to deny these extensive droning done by the pack smokers. Now, it'll be interesting to see how
Defenders
Grim Reality
protect your
does
bombs
adjust
from being used
their
by attackers.
roam, assuming from Thrawn, to counter the extensive droning style of Paxmokers, as he is rocking that beautiful 2018 Mouse Sport skin on the K1A.
10 seconds left before insertion.
Excuse me, as interested to
seconds to
see
go.
on what the plans are for Prone, as he wasn't able to participate
Attackers
in our
objective
previous
is to
round
locate
due to a
bomb and
disconnection.
defuse it.
But I'm also very interested to see how Thrawn deals with the extensive droning of the attackers. As it does seem Ella is going to push in via the Raptors, being droned in by Armor here. And Ella does seem to have been doing much better for themselves. And there's the intel! Ella does take down Nova, evening his scoreline, but taking a very massive amount of damage. Only about 20 HP remaining there, as he does look to drone Armor in, rather than the other way around. Now, Thrawn is still upstairs in that CC. I do believe he is completely unaware of his opponent's positions, as it does appear that Prone and the other defenders are in sight, if not very, very close to it. Now, Thrawn being droned out, contrary to what his gadget would provide. He does drop the hatch going down into bar, but he's cut off by Jabuse. But in a quick gunshot, Thrawn does take Jabuse down to a very low HP, taking a ton of damage in his own, but takes down Jabuse. But Armor does take down Thrawn with one nice shot. And with that, the defenders are in a 3v4, effectively a 3v3 if Ella does not do something about that HP. But being this a one-shot headshot game, that wouldn't necessarily matter. Prone living up to his namesake, as he was prone, excuse me, in the hallway there, being pushed out by a Flores drone, something that Armor seems to enjoy very much, along with that DMR, as he is back prone. Armor, does he know? I don't believe he does, as he doesn't have any drones to spare, but he does. He's gonna use one of his Arturos after stunning his opponent. He does see the smoke and decides to use his utility to open the wall. Prone pushes up and takes down Armor with one pump of the M590. As Ducky seeming to want to push the same thing, not necessarily a great of ideas, but shots coming out. Astro taking down Bloody and Sharpie taking down Ella. It's now a 2v2, but Prone is taken down by Ducky. I believe it was Astro who got the injure there, as Sharpie does take down Astro, and now it's a 1v1 with 35, excuse me, left on the board, and Ducky, focused on the cam, gets swung by Sharpie, and we have a 4-2 split, ladies and gentlemen. Ducky being distracted by the cam allowed your opponent to swing you. Most unfortunate timing there, as we are on that 4-2 split. Now, with Grim Reality on the side of the attackers. Now, Paxmokers is known for their massive amount of utility use and drone denial when it comes to the defense. It'll be interesting to see how Grim Reality does decide to counter that. We are going to a church arsenal site first, rather than a CCTV and security, excuse me. And we do have Armor 6-picking from the Valkyrie to the Legion. Be interesting to see what he decides to do with that. Maybe perhaps some impact tricking on the hatches to counter either the Ace or the Hibana there, being 6-picked off from the not the Jackal, excuse me.
Attackers need to locate and defuse as many bombs as they can.
And it does appear that, as I noted for the Grim Reality side, that wasn't really holding blue at all. It does appear that's going to be Ducky on that smoke, who's going to be holding blue.
10 seconds left.
This will slow them down. Banshee is set.
5 seconds to
Now,
go.
it is interesting to notice that There is only 4 players in the lobby with a positive KD, only one of them being on the side of Pack Smokers, the other 2, excuse me, the other 3 being on the side of Reality. So we do have some early droning coming out from the side of Grim Reality. They do seem to want to go for that early patch, and as I predicted, Armor going for the impact tricking there. But his impacts have been spent. As more are coming out from Chibuse, and I believe they do want to deny any sort of Hibana use. ProneStar is looking to peek onto anybody that could be impact. And Chibuse getting a little bit of damage done with that, and it appears that Hibana might be next to out of pellets. Armor taking about half his HP is gone. Interesting, I didn't notice what from. As Fran has got himself in an interesting position, already at the bottom of main stairs. Unknown to the defenders, he is definitely in a great spot to deny any sort of defender rotation.
Attackers have located a bomb.
No, he does seem to be aware of the positioning of Chibuse. And a half shot does come out, but Chibuse misses the shots, and ProneStars takes him down, but Prone is in a down but not out state of his own, not before being taken out by Ducky, as it is now down to a 4v4. Now, it does not appear that the defense is aware of the push that's being done here by Bloody and the side of, excuse me, Fran, as Nova does take down Ela, and Bloody does take down Armor. As drops are coming out, Hatch drops, Sight takes, but Astro does take out Bloody. Unknown to him, there's another one there. He might get swung here, he doesn't know, but Sharpie Sniffer does seem to have been spotted. As Nova does take down Ducky, and Nova has the entirety of Sight control, but Case is down on the ground. They are pinching Astro here, and Astro is taken out by Sharpie Sniffer, and that is round for Grim Reality, who are now up to 5-2 against Pack Smokers. A very fiery first round coming out from the offensive side of Grim Reality, as we're going to a gym bedroom site. As we have Armor on that Vigil. There's the mute from Ducky with the castle. It's what I was talking about earlier. Normally you see those two paired together. Now we didn't when it came to Grim Reality defending it, but it didn't work out for them. But Armor swapping from that Vigil to the Mira, but Sharpie Sniffer is on that Twitch, one of the main counters for Mira, and as there is no other anti-hard breach besides the mute, I doubt that the Hibana and the Ace on Nova and Bloody will have any issues taking out any pesky Mira windows. And as I noted with the Grim Reality defense, there does seem to be this default cache hold for this site, something not very surprising. In fact, if it didn't happen, it would be more surprising than if it did, considering this is very meta, and if it doesn't happen, then the defenders probably have something serious up their sleeves. And to counter that, it does seem to be a very standard CC take coming out from the attackers of Grim Reality, as Prone is already on Highway, looking to make some sort of effect here on the windows. Holding an angle into construction, as he does want to catch any defenders on a rotate, but there doesn't seem to be any in that area. Chibuse and Astro in cash. Ela as the Jaeger on the Mira window, and Ducky is downstairs in pool with Armor on main hallway, but Prone seems to have pulled off, aware of this, as he is getting his side lit up by Astro, holding a dirty angle while being prone on green box there. Prone takes a massive amount of damage. As Con has been opened up, Bloody taking out the Mira window that Ela was playing on. And Ducky using his Nitro does take out Fraun on the Jackal. An influential first pick there. As Bloody does peek and takes down Ella on the Jaeger. It's now a 4v4 as Nova drops the logistics hatch. Does seem to want to make a play onto Armor there, who takes a little bit of damage. Nothing too insane. As droning has been made and does seem that attackers have sight. Bloody taking down Jabuse, but Jabuse taking down Bloody. A trade as Astro does take down Prone Stars. It's now the attackers in a 2v3, but they have sight. But the thing is, they don't have Case. Case is down. Oh, that is in cash on Astro. You have to take there as Armor going up red to help Astro on that Case hold. And Ducky seems to be coming to rotate to do the same, but he seems to want to watch the hatch. Droning is coming out. There is still a minute left on the round as Astro's position has been found. And Astro taking down Sharpie, but Nova takes him down in response. It's now Nova in a 1v2. He does seem to check for any defenders, but he knows that if he leaves, he will be taken out. And Armor takes down Nova. And that's a round for the Pack Smokers. Now a 5-3, only a 2-round lead here, as we do have to congratulate Astro on being the first player in the lobby to hit those double digits, and Nova is not that far behind him. Now this is interesting. We are going to the first bar and stage defense that we have seen this map. Now I wonder if we will see Armor as the Legion 6 pick to that castle, as there was initially a castle pick. No, I believe I predicted the wrong player, as Ella swaps from the Jaeger to the castle. An interesting 6 pick there as Prone, going from the Finca to the Finca, decides he doesn't want a 6 pick there. Now this is probably going to be the most unorthodox thing that we are going to see this map, ladies and gentlemen, as we are a bar and stage defense. I have not seen a team do this in quite a long time.
Attackers have discovered the location of a bomb.
I do want to give you all a full view of the site setup here, as this is something that we don't necessarily always get to see. Hatches are being blown, castle barricades and reinforcements are going up.
10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds left before insertion.
Now, if I bring up the scoreboard here, I want to talk about round patterns here. It does seem like that.
Defuse a bomb.
Well, it seems to be either every 2 rounds Pack Smokers win, or every other, as we do see that little brief bit there in the middle of the Grim Reality's defense, as I would predict that this is going to be a Grim Reality round, unless, of course, Pack Smokers finally break the trend and get 2 rounds in a row. Strawn, it'd be interesting to see where he's rushing with Ash with the pistol out. As he is running the R4C. He does seem to want to go in Kitchen Hall here. With that being blown open, a rotate here, having been made by the defense, is Armor. No, he doesn't seem to know. I was expecting some sort of large angle. But Nova already in pool, being made aware that Ducky is upstairs with the DMR on the Aruni, wanting to hold that. He does see the legs of Nova pass by, but he doesn't take the shot. As this is a very interesting position. Astro on the Vigil on the main stairs, but Prone getting the first kill, taking down Armor. Jabuse, the only one actively in sight behind the bar, as Maestro unsure where he's getting pushed from as flashbangs are coming in. Does appear that Nova does has upstairs control. Ducky hasn't been pushed up, but is in low HP, as we do seem to be coming to confrontation there, and there it is. Ducky, unknowing to him, Nova swings the corner, takes him down. Ella takes down Bloody, and Prone takes out Jabuse, and Prone with the triple kill, taking down Ella. It's now Astro left at a 4v1. As he is in lounge. And he takes down Nova, as he is now in a 1v3. Plant has yet to go down, as Prone does grab the case and does begin planting behind the bar. Astro not being known he's being flanked, but he does, and he takes down Fraun. He's in a 2v1 now, a very winnable situation, as Sharpie is providing that overwatch to the plant, which has just been completed by Prone. Prone, unknowing to Astro's position here, as Astro has to make a push, but Sharpie takes his head off with a burst from the F2, stopping any chances of a clutch there, as Astro almost had it. Now, we do have to congratulate Nova on joining that double digits club. We have one on either team now, as Grim Reality is up on map point. Pack Smokers have to win the next 3 rounds in a row in order to pull off any hopes of an OT victory. Now, for those of you that were here before the last time we casted a Pack Smokers versus Grim Reality match, it did go to OT, with Grim Reality taking it. I would love to see an OT match here, but I'm not quite sure with Pack Smokers, with their current, what seems to be communication issues, can pull that off. Now, I could obviously be wrong on what those issues are, but that is just what I'm observing. Nova on the Monty, though, taking a way passive approach rather than his seemingly running gun style that he seems to have been greatly acquainted with.
Attackers need to locate and defuse.
Now, Pack Smoker's not even attempting to go above the first floor here as they go down to church once again. Now, Armor on that Legion, I would love to see if he has any significant impact this round outside of impact tricking, especially maybe some sort of early round pick.
10 seconds to go.
As he does seem to be focusing on grabbing those hatches. Chibius on that Maestro.
Attackers must locate and defuse a bomb.
But it does not seem that my Rome dreams with Armor are going to be coming true. Armor is going back down to site. It does seem that his primary job is going to be that bandit tricking. Or not bandit tricking, excuse me, the impact tricking in order to deny any sort of hatch breach. Bloody going on the window here. Not repelled. Even trying to get a reverse angle on those defenders. Sharpie Sniffer getting on the repel to watch that bathroom hallway, as we do have a dirt push being made by Nova, the Monty, as he is being smoked off, taking a decent amount of damage. Half his HP now gone as frags are ringing out. Prone taking a massive amount of damage too. Fron taking a little bit there from the gas, as it does appear that the smoke of Ducky has completely pulled out and they've given up Trench. Hatch now being opened. No, I lied. Astro continuing to impact her, opening up these, vertical holes. As Hatch, I believe, now finally opened. Split push here.
Attackers have recovered their...
Nova does seem to have complete dirt control. Oh, and down goes Nova, taken out by the gas. Expert use of the smoke there by Ducky completely denies any chance of a Monty push this round, as Prone has taken a little bit more damage, now down to about the 20 HP mark. As Ella is in bar, giving him a perfect opportunity to maybe get some influential frags here, but it's possible that his position may have been known. As Sharpie is off the rappel, I lied, back on the rappel here, as he looks to deny any sort of kitchen hall rotate. As Prone does drop the hatch! I believe he does have sight, he has armory control, but it's shut down by Ducky. That double kill for him, as Franz does respawn back, taking down Ducky, doing a massive amount of damage to Armor, and Plant is going down! Bloody is planting the bomb from the coverage by Fron, but the Maestro cams are having no effect. Jabuse, why aren't you shocking? A Sharpie Sniffer does, though. Down goes Fron. It's now Bloody in a 1v4 post-plant. Really a 1v3. Ella drops, Bloody takes him down, and Jabuse takes down Bloody. And there it is, finally a solid defense win outside of the Gym Master defense. As the scoreline is now 6-4. Does seem to be that the Pack Smokers want to take this to OT. They want that minimum 1 point getting to OT. That round went wrong so quickly with Nova being taken down so early by those smokes, not anticipating the throws by Ducky at all. As we are going to a gym bedroom site They do not want to touch CC, it seems, as Nova is back on the Monty. Now, will he 6-pick off? And it doesn't appear so. He does confirm and pick up that case, as Armor does 6-pick from the Goyo to the Mira. Very standard from the Pack Smokers guys here. As Prone Stars does 6-pick from the Astra. The Thermite, they want to get as many hard walls as open as possible in order to deny any sort of angle denial by the defense.
Attackers need to locate and defuse bombs.
ATS deployed and ready to go. All fortified.
Not much to say here, as they do seem to be doing a very similar setup to that of last time,
5 seconds to go.
with Sharpie Sniffer on that Flores and Prone on the Thermite rather than the Finka than the last time we went up here. It'll be interesting to see how they swap their strategy to see if they can do anything that might work a little bit better this time. Prone does seem to be going quite early for the CCTV wall here. As droning is happening in Nova, pushing by himself up these rafter stairs, but there's not exactly any defenders nearby to deny him, as the closest is Jabuse, Ducky, and Astro in CCTV, as Nova does have full raptor control, and oh, Bloody taking down Ella very quickly into the round there, as he does have construction wall open, but Nova taking massive amount of HP damage. He does move into a position to deny the defense any sort of movement forward. A Nitro from below from Ducky. Those pings coming out does take down Nova, but Fraun taking down Armor in return, as the defense are holding cash without any sort of issues. As what is that? There to blow up in the bottom of the reinforcement there. Jabuse taking a little bit of damage there, as Fraun has sight. He's taking shots from Jabuse, who share about the equal amount of HP here. Shots ringing out, but Fraun does take down Jabuse. It's a defense in a 4v1 now, as Bloody takes down Astro. A double kill for him, as Prone does seem to be looking to come in to plant. A plant is going down, as Ducky is below. No C4 in hand. Being cut off by Fraun, but he takes down Fraun without taking any HP damage of his own, rather from what he had in an earlier engagement. Is now Ducky in a 1v2 now, as he brought it down from a 1v3, a triple kill of his own in order to win this round. He does have to ace this round in order to pull off the dub to keep his team in this game, as swings are coming out, and he does down Bloody. It is now just a 1v1, 20 seconds left on the clock, as it is all up to Ducky to clutch this out for his squad. Fakes coming out as a run out, but he takes, and Sharpie does take him down. A regulation win for Grim Reality, 7-4 against Pack Smokers. Ducky was very close to having that. What an amazingly close clutch there. Would have been amazing if Ducky could have pulled that off. But good game to both teams. That was very entertaining for me to cast, and I'm sure for the viewers to watch. Alright, seeing as majority of the Grim Reality guys have left, I'm going to try and get a post-game interview from the Pack Smokers guys. Hello, hello. That was a tough game to watch, you guys. Any thoughts on that almost ace clutch there, excuse me, at the end? Anything you guys want to say? Does not appear that we have any responses. So I thank the viewers. I really appreciate you guys. Thank you for coming out, supporting the stream, and supporting these teams. I'm going to end the broadcast. Thank you guys for your time, and you guys have a great rest of your night.